Hello and welcome to James Green's English Classroom. I'm James. I host an English class here every day at 9 o'clock in New York. That's 13 UTC, Universal Coordinated Time. And we get together for open conversation in a mixed level group. Mixed level means beginners, intermediate students, advanced students, native speakers, English teachers, children, people who want to come together and talk. And it's not free. It's also not required to pay. It's a gift system. I ask students to pay $15 a month for participating, but it's a suggested donation. If you don't want to pay, or I say everybody can pay, but if you don't want to pay, you don't have to. And the other thing I ask is for people who participate actively with voice to keep their cameras on while they're listening or speaking, so we can see each other and talk to each other. If for some reason you don't want to have your camera on, I ask that you participate with it off for the whole time. Don't chat in the Zoom chat. Don't add your emoji reactions, but just actually participate as a silent observer if you're not going to have your camera on. And I do an activity called the Joining Game for students of English, which is an activity for open conversation, for joining on similar feelings, experiences, and topics, playing to integrate our differences. And you'll see how we do that. But for the most part, you can just come in, talk about what you'd like. You know, with a mixed group like this, I know people don't always get what they want. What a beginner wants is not always the same as what a teacher wants, as what a child wants, as what I want. We all want different things sometimes. And the classes are sometimes large. It's not a private class where I'm teaching just you, but we've got a group of people together, sometimes 20, 30, maybe even more people who are in the room with different wants. And I'm not saying that that's the best learning situation for everybody at all times. It's the class that I have to offer here. You know, I'm trying to make this an open place where people from all over the world can participate if they don't have access to English classes otherwise. So I do my best to offer classes, but you know, then there are limitations, and we can work around those limitations. We can talk about those limitations, but I cannot wave a magic wand and just give everybody what they want. It's not within my ability. What I can do is listen to people, listen to what you want, and do my best to facilitate a discussion and a group process where we can make decisions together. I do like to try to make the classroom democratic and have it be student-centered as much as possible. But sometimes as a teacher, I feel it's important for me to put my authority down, use my authority to make decisions, and asking people to have their cameras on is one example of that. So that's my little spiel, my introduction. Now, over to you. Let's see what you'd like to talk about today. Who'd like to begin? And if I seem a little distracted, I'm just sending my links out, checking on my links to see. Sometimes Nellie posts links for me, but I just like to check in and see if people know about the call. But feel free to go. Feel free to start. If you'd like to start speaking, we've got an hour together. with me, and then after me, Fatima is teaching a class for an hour.
Mr. Green, hello.
Ahmed.
There are announcement. I think nearly announcement your class in the announcement one channel in the WhatsApp.
Thank you. Hi, Anna. What are you laughing at? Would you like to let us know? What's so funny? Anna, I'm talking to you. You're laughing again. Wow, what's so funny?
Hello, Mr. Gibb. Yes, I am funny. I had a very, very good day. Yeah.
Okay, you had a good day.
I was successful in the kindergarten because today started to develop the children.
You're a kindergarten teacher, right?
Yeah. No. My occupation is kindergarten teacher, but I am retired and I work as a developer teacher now.
A development teacher.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is exactly, but I guess you work with kindergarten teachers who are not retired.
Yes. I work with little children from kindergarten, but I don't work in a class. I chose my children from different classes.
And what do you do with those children? Teach them?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I made in September, start of September. I made different tests with children, and I chose such children who is weaker.
Yeah. Are these English tests? Are you teaching English?
No, in Hungarian. I work in Hungarian.
You work well. Well, hold on. Who said James? Who spoke just now?
Sorry, it's me.
It's okay. Abdiaziz, one moment. So, Anna, I understand you teach in Hungarian. and they're kindergarten, so they're maybe learning just everything. Just everything.
Yeah.
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 Maybe a little, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no subjects in kindergarten. It's just kindergarten.
I play with my children different logic games.
Uh-huh.
Logic games, and we drew a lot.
Draw.
Draw a lot, and sing a lot. Sing a lot. And move.
Yeah,
Gym.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have nap time, like sleeping time with kids? Sleeping in the day? No?
No. I work 4 hours a day only.
Not you. Sleeping, kids sleeping. Nap time. When I was in kindergarten, we would sleep in the classroom for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here too, children sleep, but me no.
Right. Yeah, not the teacher. The kids.
Yeah. I work for morning to noon only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Interesting. Let me check in with Abdi Aziz. Abdi Aziz, can you turn your camera on?
I can't. It's possible.
It's not possible?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you participate just as a silent observer then? Just listening?
Just listening, but I'm gonna say one thing because I'm very much glad to be part of this class. So it's my pleasure to be part of this class because I'm searching many times to be part of one time, but I'm very much glad.
May I ask you, why can you not turn your camera on? What is the problem?
I'm not somewhere it's possible to be part of and to turn on the video.
Are you in a military base?
No.
No?
Yeah. So sorry for that.
I thought maybe you would give away the secret military secrets. If you turned your camera on, then we would be able to.
I'm not that.
No.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm gonna part of the listeners.
Okay. Last week, was it last week or a few days ago, I was playing, I did a class on Noam Chomsky's lecture, Education, for Whom and for What? Anna's laughing again. Anna, what's I get distracted by laughter, because I want to laugh too. I'm hoping maybe you will share what is so funny so I can laugh. But let me try not to get distracted. The lecture, I played a little bit of the lecture here in the class, and then we talked about it. It was I think we only listened to 3 minutes or 6 minutes.
6 minutes, James.
Thank you. I'm muting people who are not talking because it makes it easier to hear me. I wonder if anybody listened to that on their own at all, or if no. Okay. We live busy lives. I love, how do I say this? Students ask me for things. They will say things like, James, I would like you to teach for 3 hours every day, please. And then I will say to them, okay, do you have 5 minutes to talk about what I'm going to teach? And they say, sorry, I don't have time. So you don't have 5 minutes, but you would like me to teach for 20 hours a week. I see. Interesting. It's okay. I mean, I love hearing what people want, and it's a beginning. It's a start to working out how to get what we want by talking about it. Actually, that happened yesterday. Somebody said, please teach 2 hours a day. And I said to them, actually, I already teach. Just come to my class. And they are not here today. So I have to balance, what people ask with what I'm already doing. Meet me halfway.
Hi, James.
Hi, Ali.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, it was a long time. I was not able to join your class. Today, the network is working in here. I think it's a miracle. I missed you a lot. But unfortunately, I was not able to participate in the class. It's about 15 days, maybe.
Really? Has it been 15 days?
Yes.
I didn't notice. And I love when you participate. It shows it doesn't say anything on you. It's just all me. It's hard for me to keep track of who is here and who is not in my mind.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you could come back.
Thank you. So I hope I can join after this, because network is not stable in here. Maybe after 10 minutes or 1 hour, it's not working again.
Is that also true for Discord? You don't have access to Discord when the network is down?
Yes, unfortunately, Discord was not banned before, but during these days, it's also banned in here. It's not working. Yeah. Before this, I was participating on daily basis in this class. It was a habit for me every day. I was waiting for starting the class, but during these days, I couldn't join. So it was very difficult for me.
Let me, if I may, ask you something about your network.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my mind, you're talking about two different things, possibly. There's the network, like just internet access. For example, if we have a hurricane and the telephone poles are knocked out, or the devices are knocked out, that's how I think about the net. That's what for me means the network is down.
Yeah.
Now, if a certain site is censored, like Google or Facebook or Discord, to me, that's not that the network is down. It's just that there's internet censorship. And it would be useful to know, for example, which problem you're facing. Let me finish to see if you understand my question. When the network is down for you, do you have any internet access to anything? Or is it just specific places, sites that are like social media that are shut down because of, like, for political reasons?
Yeah, it's censorship, I think, because just social medias like Facebook, WhatsApp, Discord, Zoom, and Instagram, Telegram, all of them are banned in here during these days because there is some problem in here, and but just a little platform that they are just working in Iran. They are active. They are active,
Okay.
and people can use them.
Okay. That's,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's helpful, but it's clear, more clear.
Mhm.
May I join,
Go ahead.
Ali? Yes.
Okay.
I think you said that there are some applications are banned here now these days because of political reasons, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, and I want to add that the speed of internet connection is also decreased. It's not like before. So even when I'm using VPN for opening Discord, it takes long time. So maybe at night only I have access sometimes to Discord or other application. WhatsApp, it's difficult to open WhatsApp or other applications. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So I'm worried about my class. I have class today, and I'm not sure I will have a stable network or not. It's not predictable. Nothing is predictable. Sometimes it works from 4 p.m., then 4 a.m., and then it doesn't work again. So that's the problem. The speed also is a problem.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes,
in
I
place
couldn't
living-
access to Discord for 2 days before,
Mhm.
but now it's works sometimes. Yes.
Yeah. In place I am living, the restriction start from 4 p.m. and it continue until morning.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately. During the day, it's working very slowly. Yeah.
Yes. This is the problem of filtering in my country. Totalitarianism. What was the word in
Totalitarianism.
totalitarianism?
Totalitarian.
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 Totalitarian. Yes.
Totalitarianism.
Yes. The government of totalitarianism. Yes. Interesting book I studied. Thank you for introducing that book.
My pleasure. George Orwell's 1984
Yes.
classic of totalitarian critique of totalitarianism.
It gives a sense that it's written for this era, for my country, when I'm reading that. And I can't believe it's written for a European country, for England. Then I don't know how many years ago, 60 years ago, it was written, Or maybe it's written for other
70.
countries.
I think it was
70.
published in 1948, if I'm not mistaken, right? The reverse of the year, 1984, may be published in 1948.
Before, so it was before Islamic Revolution of Iran. It's published
Yeah.
that time.
1949, it was published. George Orwell is a really interesting thinker to study.
And what happened to him after he wrote this book? Did they kill? Did he killed or not? Why?
Well, no, see, most people took the book and used it as a weapon against the Soviet Union because it was an obvious criticism of the Soviet Union, and he was British. So they very happily welcomed criticism of the enemy. But when George Orwell said, well, actually, it applies to us, that was censored. So the other book that Siamak was talking about, Animal Farm had an introduction. And in the introduction, George Orwell said, you know, it's easy to criticize Russia and laugh at Russia as being this kind of totalitarian country, but it really applies to our way of work, our way of politics, and that was censored. He could not include his own introduction in his own book, which said this is a metaphor for us, not for just for the enemy.
That's a novel.
Yeah, they're both stories.
Yeah, I think I read the translated one.
Animal Farm is a simpler book. It's a similar story about totalitarianism. And it's like a farm, except all of the animals, you know, you've got the pigs who are like the capitalists or the bosses, and they take over the farm. And it's a kid's book. You read that. I read that, I don't know, maybe in junior high school. It's a short kid, you know, it's not a kid's topic, but it's a simple book. It can be read by young people. And it is often is.
Can I summarize, Fatima?
Go for it.
Okay, Fatima, you said that there is internet connection because of totalitarianism in Iran, and you said the Iranian government is right now a totalitarian government. Am I right?
Yeah, something like that described in that book. Yes, seems to me like that.
Yeah, and you talked about the book of George Orwell, which is great right there. And you said that when you're reading that book, you're thinking that it is today's Iran, and the book is talking about today's Iran. Yes.
Yes. Right.
Okay. That's really good.
If I could just tell a joke really quickly. So I don't want to create paranoia, but I'm imagining somebody in the secret police in Iran right now watching our Zoom call, and he is telling his friend, he's saying, Fatima is complaining that we are a totalitarian country, but we are letting her talk on Zoom. Why is she, what a hypocrite.
Fortunately, they don't understand. I think maybe they can understand what I'm saying.
They can be here. Who knows?
Yes, everywhere.
And, yeah, it's fun. They're dangerous. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to say something about George Orwell. George Orwell was a journalist as well in BBC. I've seen some of pictures of him, but he's a great writer, and especially I'm impacted by his book, The Animal Farm, especially about the rules that animals have, 7 commitments. Oh, they're fantastic, especially the one says no animal has the right to kill other animals, but later they changed that rule and says no animal can kill other animals but if there's something right, they can kill them, or other commitments. It's a fantastic book, and if you all have not read that book so far, I hate it. Read it, please. Thank you.
Yeah, we call in Persian Palay Haywanat, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, in Persian it has several versions of translations. Palay Haywanat, Mazra'e Haywanat. These are all the versions.
Thank you.
You don't have to raise your hand, Abdiaziz. You can just go ahead. We lost him.
I'm wondering, is there any big brother for the world? Not in a special country, but all over the ruling all the world by big brother, which is hidden and or not. I think yes, but I like to know other opinion as well. I don't know who ruled the world. It's not maybe one one individual, but it must be a big brother ruling the world in this time.
That phrase, big brother, has become
Yeah.
so synonymous with totalitarianism that it's even hard for me to remember the feeling. Remember, the feeling of big brother is really like a term of caretaking. Let me take care of you. And you know, that comes up in our group a lot, right? People say, let me take care of you, let me help you. And I love, I mean, right, 1984 is the pinnacle of how caretaking can be cynical, destructive, authoritarian, and not at all helpful, just because someone says, let me take care of you. Giving
advice, and I just want to protect you and help you, and it's in religion as well. We see, especially in our religion. I don't know about other religion. I don't have much information, but it's true. I think in most of religion, it's true that they want to take care of people, take their freedom away and protect of them.
Yeah. My sense is, right, we're talking about systems, and the way that systems work, they all kind of work very similarly. If it's a organized religion or an organized political party or an organized workplace or even a family, systems have kind of these common characteristics about how power works. And well.
Yeah, it's useful for keeping the system. It's useful way. Good policy, maybe they can keep their power by this policy.
Yes, that's actually what systems do. They are self-perpetuating. They keep themselves going. Sometimes at the cost of the members of the system. Actually, many times we can see how systems may use the members inside of a system to keep the system alive, even if it destroys the system. Excuse me, even if it destroys the members who are creating the system.
Yeah, keeping the system is more important than keeping the members. Yeah, this is the purpose of system, as I'm seeing here, political system and religious system. I can relate.
Well, it's not all systems. Like, I think it's possible to imagine systems that are not doing things like that, right? We can look at a system and maybe imagine or create a system that is less self-destructive. But it requires us to have some literacy, some systems literacy, understand what are the basic characteristics of all systems. What is a living human system? What does that mean? What are the characteristics of a system? What do they do? What do they tend to do? It's kind of like an intellectual defense. If we know what's happening, then we can say, oh, look, that's happening. Maybe I don't want that to happen. I want it to do this and not that. If we don't know what's going on, it's very difficult to change what's going on.
It's like different perspective create different reality, and everyone thinks that my own perspective is true and good and it's perfect, and I don't want to change my perspective because I think it's true. But I think this is my perspective, that a different kind of perspective, that I think there's no wrong, no right. Sometimes it's just all different kind of perspective. I like to discuss about it in my class today, about this, and see what people think about it.
You'd like to discuss about how people have different perspectives and your
about what they think. If you imagine there's no right and there's nothing right and nothing wrong, thinking beyond right and wrong and good and bad, is it possible? Can we consider it as a different perspective to think like this? Or is there any subgroup here to join me by this, my perspective?
There is lots of different perspective. Everybody has their own perspective, but
what is yours? Fatima told us hers, that there's a way to think beyond right and wrong. What is yours?
I think I'm joining with Fatima. We cannot decide that our perspective is right and others are wrong, because it's not clear who is right, who is wrong. In my country, the the ruling regime is trying to bring the people by force in the paradise. They're trying all the concern that they have, just this, that the people should go to the paradise. But
They
are
want
not,
they want
concerned
everyone to
about-
be happy, and they're willing to kill you to make you happy.
Yeah, no. They don't want to be happy people. They don't want people to.
People are not happy in paradise.
No, I'm not happy with that paradise that they are thinking about that.
But they think that they want to make people happy by going them to the paradise. They want to take care of people, right?
Maybe they think like this, but
Definitely.
yeah,
They want.
I think it's very tyrannical if we try to force the people to go to the paradise.
But they
Maybe
don't
Well-
think so.
want.
They don't think so. It's tyrannical, right? They think it's the people's right to go to paradise. So they do a favor for people by killing themselves and killing them and force them to do whatever they want. They want
Yes.
to take care of people and make them happy in the other world, not here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So if we say
Yeah.
to them, we don't want to go to the paradise, we are happy in the hill. Yeah. But they don't accept that. No, you should go to the paradise. You have to
So,
go to the paradise.
yeah, I want to share a quote with you that for me is relevant to this idea. By Bertrand Russell, who is, a philosopher that I like. I use his book in my class, The History of Western Philosophy. And he says, people said, if you believe something very strongly, would you die for it? And he says, no, I would never die for what I believe because I might be wrong. And I really love that quote. It's very, it's the kind of ability to be humble about our beliefs, which is what Fatima and I were talking about, the difference between certainty and uncertainty. Bertrand Russell is kind of saying, I believe these things, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong, which is very different than saying, I am certain that what I believe is true, and I will not consider the possibility of being wrong. I'm so certain that I will die. But Bertrand Russell is saying, well, I'm not as certain as you are. So why die? No reason to.
Yes.
I think I like that.
I think that the suspicious people who doubt a lot, they are good people.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
My main is that the people who doubt on everything.
Don't on everything? What on everything?
Yeah.
What?
Doubt.
Doubt.
Yes, they are good people.
Good. What do you mean by good now? How we can limit people? They are good. It doesn't make sense at all to say if you have doubt, or if you are a thoughtful person, or if you criticize everything, you are good. And if the other person who doesn't, that is bad. We can't divide the world into good and bad in my idea. And this is an idea only. I don't say it's true or wrong or right or wrong. It's just thinking and talking, thinking loudly.
No, my main was not that if you doubt to anything, you start criticizing. maybe you need to research about that, and maybe you find a belief at the end of your research, but at that time you cannot impose your idea to the others that I find the reality. So maybe you are wrong. The conclusion or the result that you got, maybe it was wrong.
Yes, and I think maybe you want to say that it's a good behavior, not good people. Good way of thinking. Maybe it's good. It's acceptable for you to question everything and criticize and thinking, but not saying it's good person, it's bad person. Good and bad. How good and bad came to our life by religion, by culture, by parents. Otherwise, how do I know this is good or bad, or I'm good person or bad person, or it's right or wrong? I think there's a field beyond right and wrong. There's nothing there, nothing bad, nothing good, just being without judgment.
Yeah, it's a good behavior.
You guys are playing tennis. Do you notice that?
Yes.
How can you break out of that pattern? And why might you want to break out of that pattern? One reason is because there are 20 other people here who may want to participate and don't want to interrupt you. But you are in you're in a closed loop. That's my impression. I don't know about other people.
Yes.
I don't know about other people, how they experience the conversation.
Okay, can I start?
But there is a very large silent subgroup of about 20 people. Go ahead.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Okay. The conversation between Ali Shafak and Fatima was about, actually it started with perspective. Different people have different perspective about different things, and they continued until they reached the point that Ali Shafak said that I think the people who doubt on everything are good people. But Fatima somehow said we do not know good and bad, but actually we say that it is a good way of thinking to question everything that you see, to question things. So I got these points. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Now I say about my own perspective. I do not see the world as black and white. Half of the world is black and half of the world is white. I actually see the world as a colorful world. It can be good ideas, it can be bad ideas, but if I believe in a particular way of thinking, or in a, let me say, in a particular ideology, that way I will think that everything in my ideology, an ideology that I believe is right, but other things can be wrong. And that can be, you can see these things in some of these ideologies, that they kill others. They kill others because they have this background that others, they are wrong, and I'm the only one that I'm right. And my ideology is right. And because of my ideology or because of my religion, I can kill others because they are wrong. They're on the wrong side. But I think it is not the way. The best way that I believe is if I'm right, I should give the right to others to be wrong. I should give this right to others, that they should be wrong and they should have this right to be wrong. And that's my idea. Anyone else?
Yes, Yamak, you would like to consider that if you are able to be wrong. You want other people to be, you want to give people the freedom to be wrong.
Yes, yes. And everybody should have this freedom to be right or to be wrong. And nobody should kill others because they are wrong, because they believe they are wrong, and because of that they kill others. Or even see others in a place that they say they are not wise. They do not believe in my ideology.
You don't want to put yourself in a position where you are determining who is wise and not wise based on,
Yes.
yeah,
Based on ideology that they believe.
based on
Based
them
on-
having the right or the wrong ideology.
Yes.
So there's one thing I just want to teach about. It's a philosophical idea that you're talking about, which is doubting, right? Like, can I know this? Am I sure? It's called skepticism, or radical skepticism, right? Radical skepticism is a little bit of a stronger term for it, meaning it's a belief that we cannot know anything. And Bertrand Russell also points out that that is a paradox, because if you can't know anything, you also cannot know about skepticism. So it kind of becomes circular. It's a real issue in philosophy, I think. A real issue. What does it even mean, a real issue? It's a problem. How do you resolve that? Right? And that's one of the main topics in philosophy, is how we know what we know, or what we know. What do we know? And we were talking about Descartes, right? I think yesterday or in the last few days. And the whole point of what Descartes did was related to skepticism. He said, I cannot doubt that I am thinking. It's impossible to doubt. I know that I'm thinking. It's undeniable. And so it creates a kind of one-way street. Like, oh, look at that. We can know something. And that was pretty radical and transformative in the history of both thinking and science, philosophy and science, of what we can know. So apparently there are some things we cannot doubt. And I saw a comic there, there's somebody, he likes to make philosophy comics, and the joke was that somebody was walking around in a supermarket, and then suddenly he began to have an existential crisis, and he says, I don't know if I exist. Help, I don't know. Do I exist or not? And then don't worry, everyone, don't worry, I'm a philosopher. I will handle this. And he reminded, he says, you do exist. You cannot doubt that. It's impossible. Oh, thank you. So terrified. But maybe some of you have actually had that experience.
Even there are main contradiction between great philosophers. They're arguing and they don't know what is right and what is wrong. Actually, sometimes they argue to each other in the history of philosophy, because they just pick up one aspect of life, I think, like doubting for being here or not, and talk about it and think about it, but they can't see all, they can see life from different angles. The individual cannot see, it's difficult to see all the angles of life and talk about it and think about it. That's why philosophy is difficult to understand.
there's a name for that, but I forget what it is, which is maybe somebody here actually knows it. Just gonna
Stop.
maybe here somebody knows it, but it's the difference between thinking about the whole system at the same time, or just focusing on one part of the system at a time and ignoring everything else. There's a name for that. I can't remember what it is. But I'll tell you what my approach is. My approach is actually the second one. It is to look at one thing at a time and ignore everything else. And sometimes when I talk to people who want to look at everything all at once, it just sounds like noise to me. It doesn't make any sense. Because the system is too big. The whole, everything, it's too big to consider everything. And even though it would be nice to be able to explain everything with one idea, I don't think that that's tenable personally. You might disagree. I think that there are a lot of attempts to do that, to say everything is like this. I'm considering everything, but it doesn't, I don't buy it. What makes sense to me is I can look at something very isolated in an isolated container and say within this container, it might make sense or it might not make sense. But once you start to open it up and connect it to other aspects, things get more and more complicated and it's harder to determine what's going on.
Yeah, I think it's difficult to talk about the whole system as an individual. It's a small part of the system, then talk about the whole system. I think it's impossible. We can, just as the philosopher did before, pick up a specific aspect like psychology, philosophy, or other field or anything about life and then think about it. It's good to just learn to think and question, and it's good to train our mind to think as an individual. It's a real education, I think, instead of teaching and learning different kind of perspectives about life and world. Anyone else?
Well, we have less than a minute left, or a minute and a half left before I pass over to Fatima. My approach today was a little bit different. I was less rigorous about our joining structures and more just an open conversation. Maybe you liked that or maybe you didn't, I don't know, but I enjoyed it. I like talking about these topics, and I'm glad other people are here with, I guess, an interest in this, and we can continue in this direction. I'm very happy to do that next time I come. But for now, I'm gonna pass over to Fatima, and maybe Fatima, you will continue doing this. Maybe, well, I don't know, we'll see. So, but thanks everybody for joining my class. Over to you, Fatima.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I like ask the group if they want to continue this open conversation or they want me to give a grammar class. So I'm ready for teaching
grammar.
And I'm ready for open conversation and continue on this topic. So it's up to the group.
I'm joking. I'm so sick of grammar. I want to burn the grammar textbooks that I'm teaching with. Can't take it.
So hands up if you like grammar class. Let's see how many of you interested in grammar class. Nobody? Oh my God. So it means no one is interested in grammar class? Oh, one. What about Amans? Ah, thank you, Abdulaziz. 3. Okay. I remember, Amans, you said one time that I sleep during your grammar class, and I just want to stop teaching grammar because of that fact. You told me that it's sleepy for me when I'm in grammar class. I felt I'm not doing something useful here if people sleep. So is that right, Aman?
No, I'm not, I don't sleep actually. I didn't sleep. It's just I'm confused about the question. It takes, my brain takes time to, understand. It's just that, and to,
Okay.
like that. But I like grammar.
So thank you. Now we have Rania, Abdulaziz, Zongbaum, and Amans for grammar class. And hands up if you are ready for open conversation and continue the previous topic, talking about our perspective, what is right, what is wrong, and can we judge each other, how we can think, how we can reform our thought again, how we can ruin everything and build again our new perspective. Is it possible to experience a new perspective looking at a different angle and leave it in it or not? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. 5 versus 3, right? Which one? I'm confused. Yes, I think open conversation. We have more people for open conversation. Okay, so let's continue our topic. And I want to share my idea about the meaning of education, which is as a teacher or as a learner and a student, I should explore for different perspective, not just stick to my own ideas and perspective, but be curious about other perspective as well. And I think as a teacher, if I learn something, if just I add information for myself and keep it for myself, is useless. My responsibility as a teacher is to share whatever I learn, to help enlightenment, to help education, to help people to get more educated. Everyone can be a teacher. I don't mean as an English teacher, but whatever we know and we learn as a new discovery, it's my mission and my responsibility to transfer, to shift it to people around me and try to just share this knowledge, not just keep for myself. What's the benefit if I just listen to YouTubes and learn and studies and learn and study the books and get lots of information and that keep it to myself? So how can I change? How can I create a change in the world if this knowledge didn't spread out around the world, around my environment? So anyone else want to join me? And if you don't like the topic, you can just ask the group for changing the topic. We can change the topic. You can bring in your own topic, and we can talk about your topic if you like. And you can join me, or you can bring in a difference. Back to the group. Okay, no changing the topic, no joining, no bringing any difference. I think it's a time for thinking. It's good. I'm optimistic.
This is
Sorry,
Ahmed.
Fatima.
Sorry, who's speaking? Ali Shafak? Okay,
Just
go ahead.
Sorry, Fatima. I was distracted by something else, and I couldn't catch the topic. What was the
Yeah.
topic? Do you continue the last topic, or you changed the topic?
I asked the group if they want to change the topic or if they want to join me by summarizing me. Is there anyone else here to join me by summarizing me? And let Ali Shafak know what the topic is.
I want to do it.
Thank you.
Fatima, you said that one of your purposes for being here is to share knowledge that you have gained, because you think, what is the purpose of learning something and keeping it all to yourself? Did I get you?
Yes, exactly. If there's any knowledge, if we can call it knowledge.
Yeah, I think that like we've been discussing from that lecture, the idea that learning is a public good, is valuable to people. It's something I value, right? The ability to learn, supporting the ability to learn. In the lecture, Education for Who and for What, he mentions something in New York City, which is free Shakespeare in the park. You know, we have a big park in New York City. It's called Central Park. And there's a big theater there. And they have, even now, they have Shakespeare. You can go and watch Shakespeare for free. Why is there Shakespeare in the park? Why do people do Shakespeare in the park? It's kind of similar to why we have English classes, right? Why do we have English classes that are just free? Anybody can go and watch Shakespeare. You need to get a ticket, right? There's limited seats, but you can go and get a ticket and watch the show. And it's kind of similar here. Like, there's some rules. You can't just come here and do whatever you want, but people can just kind of come and practice talking to each other. And this is related to my job locally, but somebody called me and said, we want more English classes. And I said, yeah, great. I want to, teach English. And they said, we called somebody else and they said no. And I said, well, and they said, we want classes on Zoom. And they said, no, sorry, we don't offer classes on Zoom. And they asked why. And they said, oh, because we don't get paid on Zoom. So we don't offer classes on Zoom. These are for refugees who are moving to the United States, and they are looking for free English classes. And they need free English classes. And some of the agencies that help refugees say, well, we don't do that because we don't get paid. And it's a little bit tricky. Where does the money come from? It's not free. Free Shakespeare in the Park is not free. It's just that people who go to see it don't have to buy a ticket. But it is not free. It takes everything to clean the park, to have the lights in the park, to have the actors be able to come there, to have everything that happens, to have the advertisement so people know about it. It's not free. Anyone else?
Yeah, this is me, Aman. Mr. Green, you had said that you value English, and there was some shows happening at the park. It was a Shakespearean show.
Not just English. Education as a public good, as something that helps the world, that helps society.
Education there that helps society, just not just a show, but English education that helps society.
Not just English, not just Shakespeare, all education.
Not just those, all education. And you have a question about that. Why are they doing shows there for free? And also refugees.
It's not really a question. I'm telling you that society must pay for the things that are good for it. And there's a group, somehow, either through taxes or donations, somehow people can come together and create things that are a benefit. But it's not free. For people to do things is not free. If you call it free, if you think it's free, you're hiding the costs. And that makes it harder. When you hide the cost of doing something, it just creates a difficulty. Then you can't do it because you wonder, why is nobody doing this? Well, because it requires time and resources and energy. And who is giving the time, resources, and energy? If nobody gives the money, time, resources, and energy, then something doesn't happen. And then you can ask, do I really think it's good or not? Do I really want it or not?
So you're telling that it's not free, and I forgot.
I know. Remember when you said, well, I won't go there, but
you said that it was not free, and you say something like
the money has to come from somewhere. The money must come from somewhere. The energy, money is just a way to describe what we value. It's not always accurate. If we value something, we're going to put money or energy or attention into it.
Yeah, money has to, and you said money has to come somewhere. You need to put energy into
the things you value. Right? If you value something, you don't need to put energy there. You'll just do it automatically. That's what it means to value something. Good enough, Amans. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Green, helping me out.
I'm still waiting, by the way. You said you were going to pay me 50 cents. I'm still waiting for that 50 cents that you promised me.
Yeah.
Your contribution to my work.
Yeah, give me the account. Yeah.
Oh, it's in Discord. It's been there for like 6 months.
Yeah, I forgot to go there, I didn't realize. Okay, I'll go there. Well, for me, education. Yeah, I have the same. Yeah, same idea that I want to say. Like Mr. Green said there. I mean, education. Yeah, it's not always have to be free, right? I mean, if I, teach English at people, at the street publicly, and there's a balloon and all this kind of thing there, free gifts, and then after finishing teaching English at the street, there will be, garbage and stuff at the floor. Somebody needs to clean that up, right? And also lights and all. So yeah, I would charge people up to if they want me to teach them English, but not that much high, just for yeah, just for a little amount of money, I would charge them up. And yeah, because something have to, you gotta have something. You can't do everything for free, right? And yeah, that's all for me. Anybody else?
Aman, and you said that we can't get the things that we want for free. We should pay, right?
Yeah, that's a short point. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. And I want to summarize again, James. And as you said, I heard that you said education is not free. Education as a good things for public or good, or public education has cost, and it needs an energy, time, maybe money, and the society maybe paid this cost, the group paid this cost, the system paid this cost. It's not free. And if you actually, if you want to build this education system, we need to get this to pay for these facilities, for this education that's prepared free for people. But people come here and ask for more Zoom class, they ask for more teaching.
Fatima, I want to stop you there because it's a little, what I'm saying is a little bit different. I'm not complaining about people who come here and want things. That's the misunderstanding. I am saying that when we value things, we give resources to that thing. And if we don't give resources to that thing, we could really ask if we value it or not. Maybe we don't value it.
If we value something, and if something is important to us, it's valuable to us, we pay for that. Not money, but maybe time and energy, and we help to keep it. And this is my understanding.
Yeah. And also that if we're already doing something, to call it free sometimes hides the costs. For example, it is free to pump carbon dioxide into the air. You don't have to pay to light a fire and put carbon dioxide into the air, but the cost is hidden. The cost is there, and the cost adds up. And eventually, there will be an impact of that cost, global warming or air pollution or something. So when we say that something is free, it's sometimes the actual cost is hidden. That's what I wanted you to get.
Yes. Maybe we consider something is free, but it's not really, it's not free. The cost is hidden. We can't see that, but it costs time, energy,
Yeah.
money.
Somebody is
Yes.
paying. Somebody's paying.
Mm.
Thanks.
Yes, thank you. And I think for keeping such group like this, if you want to keep it, it's not necessary. It's not just one. I'm sorry. Yes, it's not one person responsibility to add to this space for building, for adding, but it's all group responsibility. If we see the value and we want to value it, we need to pay. And how we can pay? By teaching here, by participating, by giving time and energy. And that's the way that we can keep our system and our group alive, by paying the cost. We should be aware of this cost. I'm sorry for this noise. Just a minute, I'm come back. I'm sorry. Yes. Anyone else?
This is Ali Shafaq. Fatima, you said that for continuing our group and for continuing our activities in here, we need to have some resources. So nothing is free, and people should pay. And if you want something, if you value something, so you need to pay for that. And because there's not things free in the world. Everything has a value and everything has some costs. So the people, if they want them, it's worthy for them. So they need to pay for them. Okay, am I right?
Yes, at least we should be aware of this cost. Even if I'm not paying, at least it's good to be aware and conscious that it costs. It's not free. Being aware is also good. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so yes, I agree with you and James. In the world, nothing is free. Everything has the cost. When we do some activities, it needs some energy, time, and some resources. So just sometimes we need something. For example, we want to earn some knowledge, but despite we should give our time, and we should consume our energy. Beside that, we should pay for that, because the people who prepare the knowledge and they are trying to transform their knowledge to others, so they also has lots of cost for them. For example, they spend money and they spend their time. So we cannot find anything in the world that it was free, and there was no any value for them, and there was no anything that cost for them. So I agree with you and I join you. Thank you. Anyone else?
This is Ahmed. Ali Shafaq, you said that you joined Fatima about talking the participant in this group. and there isn't you seeking in your thought, you think there isn't anything in the world as a free, and you don't need to be here as a customers and more participant, and you believing if you using the resource in this group, you must pay because there isn't anything in the world say without pay. Is that correct?
Sorry, Ahmed, it was partly correct. I was not just talking about this group. I was talking about everything in the world. But in this group, if you are not paying to the group, if we are not able to pay for the group, so we can help the group from other sides. For example, when I am rolling as a teacher in the group, so I can teach many classes freely in here. So it's a kind of contributing to the group. And also the members, they are participating here as a student or as a learner. They can contribute the group by their active participation, and also help other learners. So yeah, thank you.
So you said that if you are not able to pay, you can use your ability here in this group to developing this group. And you said as you are as a teacher, you can teach the many classes without pay, and that's your contribute to this group. Is that correct?
Yes, you got me. Thank you.
Yes. So I think that's the 3 times we're talking on the some topic and how we can developing this group. And I believe my believing, my version, if you something give you something new, and any group, I'm talking the general and the specific, I'm talking in the James English classroom. If any group give you something new, like learning the new language, Spanish, Kurdish, English, something new, you must really appreciate this group. So the most important in my talking, how I can help this group. So there isn't any space to just talking without outcomes. We just focusing on the result. So everybody in this group listen and how we can helping this group. And like Alicia Pack said, I'm not able to pay, but I can teach in many class to teach this group. That's good. I think that's good. That's the suggestion. That's good suggestion. And so you said some people also attended here every day, and we don't attend any answering for them. Why? So for example, I am planning to supporting this group by some money, but my country have something like I can't. To be honest, I'm searching about the way how I can send the money to Nelly, to like my contribution for this group. And I think in this month I am able to send some money like the contributed this group, because I really appreciate. I think I am not just looking to appreciate this group every day. I'm coming here to appreciate this group, but we need to translate the appreciation to work, not just talking. And I think everybody here have the ability, have the resource to develop in this group, like Alicia Pack said. And for me also, I can helping and paying the group about some money. And also I can teach the class freely I putting my criteria to teach this class as a unpaid class, all my teaching here in this group. And I believe this idea, like Ali Shafak said, there isn't anything in the world free, everything value. So if that's value, how we can translate our appreciation to the work. And if you see this group is useful for you, you must keep it this group. And you making your desire to keep this group, to protect this group from the sabotage, from the people who making the chaos, something like this. And that's my believing about it. And also that's my planning about this group. Anyone else?
Thank you. Is there anyone else who want to join this topic, or maybe you want other thing, changing the topic? Or maybe you want grammar class. I can teach grammar in 30 minutes left. If you don't want to continue this topic. Back to the group.
Assalamu alaikum, Fatima. How are you? Glad to see you again. And I also want to summarize my thoughts about the guy's speech, which were previous before me.
Okay,
I mean,
great. Yes, go ahead.
As they said that everything has a value in this life. Anything is not for free, and I totally agree with them. And if they have some kinds of plans to teaching and to get some kinds of job, money, making money maybe, and as James said, that everything, even the Shakespeare is Shakespeare's maybe statue is in America, and it is not free, but even if it stays for free, but someone will pay the money. For example, maybe the government will pay for their cleaning or for its fencing something around it and making interesting things for it. Sometimes government or rich people do something and they make kinds of charity to people, which but we think that they were free for us. And maybe in this case, this group is also, someone is also making the charity to this group, and we don't pay any money, even if we take the part in this group and we express our thoughts and but I think when I have no money on my date, on my mobile data or on my Wi-Fi, I cannot join this group. And when I have full of money and my phone or Wi-Fi, I can join this group. And maybe we are also paying the money which we take the part in it. And of course, it is also good that James is doing such kind of a good thing to us, to the foreigners which wants to learn to develop their speaking skill or their thoughts. And I'm also ready, even if when I am free, I also want to help you. If you want to get the kinds of help from me, I am ready to give my help for you to teaching maybe or learning or joining. Whenever I can do something, I am ready for it. Whichever, I mean. Thank you. Anyone else?
Thank you, Anipa.
This me, Amas. I would like to summarize Anipa up. I forgot. Hold on, wait. Anipa, you said something like in. I forgot. What did you say, Anipa? I can't remember.
I said so many words, Aman. I said about Shakespeare's that I began to say about that, and from Alicia Parks or Ahmed's speech, I also summarized their speech.
You would. So you were talking about Shakespeare, summer, and then you said you were talking about learning English, Shakespeare, and then summarizing Ali Shafaq. Is that right?
Yes, a little bit right, but yes, and I wanted to listen from you my original thoughts about this group.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, for me, this group is good. It makes people have a sharp listening skill. Also, well, I think I lost some the feeling of feeling of easiness, how understanding back at everyone saying saying something here. I don't know why. I just felt like it's hard to understand suddenly. Yeah, but this group helps to maintain the listening skills, and helps to make us hear carefully what people say at you. And yeah, it helps you improve vocabulary and all. With Mr. Green, learn grammar, and with Miss Fatima, and yeah, it's a good English group. It's hard to find a comfortable English group like this at internet, and this is the one, like how they call it, one in a million, something like that. Yeah, so yeah, that's all for me. Anybody else?
Hi everyone, here Diana. May I speak?
Hello, Diana. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you
Fatima.
our Diana? We talked before here.
Yes. I'm the old
Oh,
member.
it's been a while. I didn't see you.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
welcome. Go ahead.
you for giving me the chance. Yeah. Let me try to summarize what Aman said. That he said that in this group he can learn many things like listening or even speaking many more. Yeah. Am I right?
Yeah,
Am
you're
I
right.
right?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
You're right.
now.
You got all.
Thank you. And now I would like to share my opinion about the topic that a little bit from the previous person said. If I'm not wrong, the name is I'm so sorry, Anipa. Yeah, and I do agree with people that say in the world there is nothing free. You know, and one thing I have heard many times that there is no free lunch. Yeah, that means to say everything we do, there is no free at all. For example, when I'm attending this meeting, even I'm a learner, I'm a student, By joining this session, I think we have a cost hidden from that. Like for example, about the data or Wi-Fi cost, or even electricity. Because let's say for me, I have experience like I was sitting, let's say 2 or 3 hours a day to join the class. I think that's a cost behind that, because we need electricity to pay in the month, and also uh, how can I say, the internet, Wi-Fi, and sometimes we should turn on our air conditioner, so it costs. Yeah, even though we say that we join this class free, but in the whole things is not free at all, I think. Yeah, and even from the founder or owner, yeah, of course, they need some cost to make this class running well, something like that. And oh yes, of course, I didn't know where the 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 energy or money to lead this class, but thank God. But I appreciate for James Green that lead this class. Yeah, but I think behind this, of course, there is a sacrifice maybe, or lost some cost money. But I try to, because I have seen that this class uh, is is posted in the YouTube. Maybe if the class, if this class growing up so fast, and then we got many subscribers, you can imagine one day these channels will be, will be huge, and then got monetized, something like that. So I encourage you all that as a founder, or even the team, try to make this class, try to make these channels growing up, and then the channels will be huge, something like that. So we don't know, maybe 1 year more later on, these channels will be, like another groups, or YouTube channel can be, can be big, something like that. So yeah, we can see that. So again, I would like to say that yes, of course, there is no free at all, and there is no freelance. Yeah, I do agree with that. And yeah, even me, I don't have any contribution in this group, but I try to attend by participating. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you want to say anyone else, or Diana? Okay, anyone else want to join Diana?
Maybe people didn't get my point, sorry.
Diana, good evening from my side. It's Anipa again, and
Thank you.
it was great speech by your side. You also had spoken naturally, and your thoughts were expressed very clearly. And thank you for your detailed description of this group and the value of something. And but I forget to say about electricity, but you said it about that.
Yeah.
And it is amazing that James is doing something that we can enjoy with each other's speech, and we can we have to sometimes we try to be more intelligent or wise, only not to show our speaking skill, but we have to think over it. And I think if we can make some kinds of plans or goals, of course we will be popularized in YouTube channels if we have more good speakers and more who is available to show their knowledge. Thank you. Anyone else?
This is Ali Shafaq. Anipa, you said about Diana. She explained everything very well in here, and she was agree with you and other people who spoke before. Also, you said that we can improve this group, and maybe it will take time, but gradually we can improve this group, and the people share their knowledge in here, and we are as a learner using from their knowledge, and we have lots of good speaker in here, and we can use from their speaking skills and their knowledge. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely right, Alicia. Thank you for your sharing your thoughts about summarizing my thoughts. I mean, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, as Anipa and Diana said, and before Ahmad and others were spoken about the topic, all was agree with this, that nothing is free in the world. And for example, when we join in this meeting, we are not paying to the gyms or other people who create this group. We are not paying for them directly, but we are using internet, we are using electricity, we are using our time in here. So sometimes we can, instead of joining in here, we can go to the gym, for example. We can go to the, if we are a shopkeeper, we can go to the shop and earn some money. So all of these are costs that we are paying in here. So because of this, nothing is free in the world. And we can conclusion that nothing is free in the world, and maybe we are paying directly or indirectly for that. So of course, gyms paying a lot, and maybe many of our costs go through the gyms, and he will pay instead of us, and Naili maybe pay instead of as Ahmad and other people that they are trying to carry out this group, and they are trying a lot. They are contributing, and they spend lots of money in here. So yeah, thank you. Anyone else?
This is Amira. Ali, you said about no free, no anything free in the world. Everything need the money to pay it. Sometimes we paid indirectly by using internet a lot, and to attend this class and forget everything surrounded us. Maybe you prefer to attend this class and remove and don't go to the gym or do visit your family or something like this. Am I right?
Yes, Amira, you got me. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you
Yeah,
here.
thank you. Thank you. And for me, for my opinion, that's I believe in this group, all of us have a value as a student, as a teacher, and as a board member of the board director. We spend a lot of time here to enjoy, to learning, and the group is formed from all members. No one preferred than other. And the second point for me, I think we're coming here to forget everything, and we need to improve ourselves firstly, and improve and then knowledge, and after that language. And I see that. Anyone else?
Thank you, Amira. It's nice to see you here.
Can I summarize Amira's speech, Fatima?
Yes, go ahead, sure.
Amira said that it is good way of learning in this group, and we can develop our language skill. Hearing as a people's way, like a student or like a teacher, we are having a good time, and it's possible to make this group more active. Am I right, Amira?
Yes.
Sorry that I didn't say the details of your thoughts, but I tried.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Anyone else?
So you can say back to the group if you don't want to talk about yourself. And let's see, is there anyone who want to join or change the topic?
This me a month. I would like to continue talking about the topic, even though it's not on my level. About education, right? Well, I was trying to talk about if I made English, teaching English at the street, and I will charge the people who want to learn English with me, and I maybe take some money from them, and then I use that money not for me, but I use that money to pay the guy who sweep the floor, because there's going to be a lot of mess at when I was teaching the people that they want to learn English at the street. So yeah, that's all. Anybody else?
Aman, you are interesting. As you said, that if you will teach as a people who wants to learn English in the street, you will pay the money to the guy who is sweeping. Am I right?
Yeah, right. True.
And I also have an idea about teaching. If I will have such kind of group which supports me, and if I have a people who who will say the ideas about my my thoughts, then I don't know how will be, but I want I want to know the result of my work, and I am not good at technical things, how to use Zoom and how to make the conference, how to make the meeting, but I will try one day. And finally, one day, if I will make the Zoom group, then I will say how is it works and how the money comes or money goes, how will be the charity of people done, and maybe it would done automatically as we are using the kinds of internet or electricity or something like that, and will be more clear to us, I think. Thank you. Anyone else?
Thank you, Anipa. The silent subgroup, if you want to say something, Rosa, Nargis, Qadar, Hussein, Kang, one still, I think you are new here, one still. I never seen your name here before. Asos Vivo. Do you want to say something, Zonghuan?
No, I'm just listening what the people were saying. This is very easy topic.
You are listening to the topic.
Yes.
To discover what they're talking about? Or you just listen?
Actually, I have idea. I have enough idea to participate with that topic, but I prioritize every other people to speak.
You can participate by your idea, short sentence.
You know, I like being silent. I don't like talking too much. I just like doing listening. If I have strong willingness to participate, or if I have something thought, doubly thought, and I will participate. I will speak up.
You enjoy listening. You like to listen, and there's no push to speaking. Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Just 3 minutes left.
Just a little thing from my side. I was wondering, you know, I joined this class, even though not every single day I join, but almost I have joined many times. And, you know, I was wondering, I think when I was joining as a silent members, I have heard this topic like about the, you know, about the cost or money in this class many times. I was wondering about that. Yeah. Did you get my point?
Yeah. You heard about money many times in this group, right?
Yes, exactly.
Talking
about the cost, money, about the class, how to, yeah, something like that. Yeah, similar with the money or cost. Thank you.
Yes, it just as a reminder to think about it. Is it valuable or not? And if something is valuable for me, to be aware that it has cost, and the cost is not always money. It's time, it's energy, it's many things. Participants here, a school without participant is nothing. So even being here as a participant is a cost. As a teacher, as a founder of this group. So it's a general topic, not just about this topic, and it's not just about money, but it's about reminding that everything in this world has, if there's something has value for us, we should be aware. It's good to be aware of the cost. And even maybe it's a hidden cost. We don't see that clearly. It's not clear the cost for us, but actually it has cost. It costs something. It's not free at all. And even for example, as James said, the oxygen in the air, and we think it's free, but it's not all actually free, and nothing is free. And we should see the value of everything if we care about it, if we value that process, like everything, like this group, like education, not online, even in our real life. that's the top. That was the topic for today. Is something free or not? It costs, and we discuss about this topic. Thank you, everyone. It was a great talking to you all, and I hope to see you next week by my grammar class. We will continue grammar next week, and have a great day and night. See you later, and bye. Thank you.
Thank
Goodbye.
you, everybody.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
I am ending the call now. Thank you so much.